All right. This is it, y'all. Our last storyteller of the day. I know. She is an actor, singer. She is a singer, director, comedian, candle maker, and self-appointed Philly's premier Hollywood bad boy, Jenna Kersey. Come on,
Wow, yes, it's me, Philadelphia's premier Hollywood bad boy and ragamuffin garbage person, Jenna Kersey. So I want to take you to a faraway land in the middle of a field, very far, 20 minutes away from here. Okay, we're all here. Glassboro, New Jersey. Okay, who here has ever been to Glassboro, New Jersey? Yeah! Do we know what's in Glassboro, New Jersey? Rowan, yeah. Okay, we're out here. Great. So I went to Rowan University. Rowan University is in Glassboro, New Jersey. I am South Jersey born and bred, so I know those woods like the back of my hand. And at Rowan University, my final show was Into the Woods. Anybody here familiar with the show Into the Woods? Yes, we've seen regional theater productions and or college productions or the movie. Yeah. So it was the final dress rehearsal of my final show at Rowan University, and I was playing the witch in Into the Woods. And things were going poorly. So we were working with an inexperienced director. She was new in town, which is totally fine. I think that inexperienced directors should be able to direct at a collegiate level. Like, we're all learning in the same room together. But there were some creative choices that were made by this director, which were not serving the play or the people involved in the play. We couldn't even get this final dress rehearsal up off the ground because she had cast two people as the narrator. There's only what usually doubles as the old man. Yes, we know the play. Okay, great. Two people as the narrator. And when two people are cast as one part, it's a great decision to have them speak in unison because that never doesn't go well, right? Yeah. So we couldn't even get Into the Woods off the ground because Once Upon a Time was not happening in unison. It was, yeah, so we couldn't even get started there. And then, because we had been told that we needed to find the pitch before we even began the rehearsal, and that we were all terrible in the first place, and that the show might not actually be a success, our movement chorus member, who was dressed like a tree, yes, there was a movement chorus in Into the Woods, dressed like trees, yeah. Yes, yeah, uh-huh. Our movement chorus member had a complete mental meltdown and started crying during the first chord of Into the Woods. It's time to go. I hate to leave. I have to, though. She left. Yeah, she left the stage in tears. We got to my big transformation moment as the witch. So great. Act 1 started, and we started to go. Get to my transformation moment. I'm in the hole in the middle of the stage. That was just, that was our set. It was just a hole in the middle of the stage. That's why we had a movement chorus to hide the hole. My dress got caught on a nail in the hole and ripped completely in half in the back. So I had to do the rest of the dress rehearsal holding the back of my dress together. Yes, doing all of last midnight holding my dress together was not a fun experience. So 10 o'clock comes. This is our final 10 out of 12, which those of us who have done theater, you know, it's 10 hours out of the 12 hours of sunlight that you are rehearsing. So 10 p.m. comes, and something that Rowan University students were very good at was blowing off steam after a really bad dress rehearsal. So we were like, we need to drink. We need to exit this building and go somewhere safe so that we can complain about Into the Woods. But see, that's not super helpful to complain about something that everybody's experienced all the time, because then it just festers. And we're opening this play the next day, so that's not super helpful information. So I put a sign on my off-campus apartment that said, "No bitching about Into the Woods at this party. If you bitch about Into the Woods, you're sent home." Yeah, there was like a mass exodus pretty quickly. And then at the end of the evening, there was just 5 of us remaining in my apartment. And it was me and the 4 other seniors that were in the show. Now, the other thing about going to a school in the middle of nowhere is that there are kind of like legends that are passed down from theater generation to theater generation, right? And one of the legends, for instance, is like if you break into the bell tower because this the school was built in the early 1900s. It was a teacher school before it became an actual university. And so the teachers would go in underground caverns that exist for some reason in the middle of South Jersey and drink Budweiser, so we'd find like old Budweiser cans in the basement. But if you broke into the bell tower at a certain amount of at a certain time in the day and you crawled up to the top, you could like connect the stars and it told you your future or something. Things like that. The other legends were the ghosts that were in the theater. Elizabeth Tohill haunted our theater. There was also this story that one of the older alumni had told me about a sailboat in the middle of the woods behind the off-campus apartments where I was living at the time. I said, into the woods. That sounds like a thematic tie-in. Let's chug this Four Loko. And let's the five of us journey into the woods of Glassboro University and find the sailboat. Because that was the other thing that Rowan kind of taught us, was to like forge our own way, because the slogan at Rowan University for its students was, Rowan University, we're all doing our best. So I chugged that Four Loko. We start walking. On our way there, we see this student who picks up this was like a series of unfortunate events getting to this sailboat. So he picks up a box of Bud Light, makes direct eye contact with me, sets the box on fire, and drops it into a trash can. The trash can immediately bursts into flames, and that student was arrested and let off. And I said, oh no, maybe we should turn back. Maybe we should turn back. We kept going. We get into the woods. Oh no, Rachel's lost her shoe in the mud. Pull her up. We're going. We're going. She continues the journey through the mud with one shoe, kind of like Cinderella. We keep walking, we keep walking. Dexter falls on his ass. He looks like he shit himself. And we're like, we got to keep going. We got to find this sailboat. We have to find this sailboat. Suddenly we're walking. We can feel the sun is starting to rise. And we get to a clearing in the woods. And there's just this like empty field. South Jersey isn't known for like large bodies of water, but in the middle of this empty field, somehow a sailboat had arrived there. How did it get? There was no water anywhere. But it wasn't a sailboat. It was more like a yacht. So you know how like legends get diluted? Yeah. I said, oh man, they were so right. This has been here the whole time. So we look at this boat, and like the moonlight was kind of reflecting on the side of it, and it was clear it had been there for a really long time, because it was like sun faded on the side, and painted on the side in big red letters was the word mother. And we were like, we got to get in. We got to get into this thing. So we make our way over there, and because it was stuck in the mud on its side, you kind of had to like hoist yourself up to the side of it. And we had packed all the necessary supplies for a spelunking trip at 2:30 in the morning, like some PBR, yeah, like a pack of cigarettes and a lighter, perhaps, yeah. And we sat down on the side of that boat, Rachel with her one shoe, Dexter with his shitty ass. And we popped open those PBRs and we watched the sunrise. And on the eve of our final opening, we all made a promise to ourselves that we weren't going to wait for somebody to tell us that we needed to go into the woods and find our own way, to find our own path. We promised ourselves that we would make our own work, we would make our own way. And it's something crazy that all of us tonight have talked about, is the fact that we didn't wait for people to say, oh, it's your turn. It's your turn to start making work. We're going to pick you and make you a star. None of us have chosen that or were given that path. And so we made our way back to the off-campus apartment. We found that shoe. And we followed the breadcrumbs back. And the next day, hungover and happy, we opened into the woods. And that It's funny because I don't remember much from college, but I will always remember that sailboat. And now here we are, right? Making things, creating our own ways. And I also made a promise to myself that night that I would never drink another Four Loko. And so I haven't, because I'm an adult now. But also they changed the formula, so maybe it's time that we can start again. Thank you so much, everybody.
So wonderful. So Jenna, you have a show.
Yes.
Will you tell us a little bit about it and how to get tickets?
Yes, absolutely. So I didn't just pull Hollywood Bad Boy out of my butt, although I could have. I have a solo show, Johnny Depp, a retrospective on late stage capitalism. I play Johnny Depp, and it's performing in rep with 3 other one-person shows, Good Person by Brett Ashley Robinson, and Catholic Guilt by Kelly McCann. All 3 of us will be performing these shows at Theater Exile in May, 5 times each, so please come check us out. It's fun, weird, silly, dumb, but also smart solo shows. Yeah. Thank you.